اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد واللهم صل على علي بن أبي طالب رضي الله عنه وعليه السلام. يا حيدر الله يا سيف الله يا حبيب الله. Today we're going to read exalted aphorisms in speech, Ghurar Al-Hikam wa Durar Al-Kalim. This book contains aphorisms and pearls of speech of Imam Ali bin Abi Talib. I'll be reading it in the translation of Arabic and English. It starts with parents. Al-Aba Biru al-walidaini akbaru farida. Being good to parents is the greatest and most important duty. Biru abakum yabrakum abnawukum. Be good to your parents and your children will be good to you. Man bara waldihi baruhu walada. Whoever is good to his parents, his child will be good to him. Mawtul walidi qasimatu al-dahr. The death of a father breaks one's back. Man istankafa min abwahi faqad khalafa rushad. One who scorns his parents has diverged from the right path. Again, Man istankafa min abwahi faqad khalafa rushd. One who scorns his parents has diverged from the right path. Mawadatul aba nasabun bayna al-abna. The affection of parents is the basis of relationship between siblings. Al-abl. Now it switches to the camel. اطلبوا الخير في أخفاف الإبل طاردة وواردة. Seek goodness in the hooves of the camel when driven away and when coming back. Ibn Adam, the son of Adam, the human being. Miskinun ibn Adam مكتوم الأجل مكنون العلل محفوظ العمل تولمه البقت وتنتنه العرق وتقتله الشرق. How wretched the son of Adam is! His death is hidden, his ailments concealed, his every action recorded, harmed by the bite of a mosquito, made malodorous by perspiration, and caused to die by something simple as choking. ويح ابن آدم ما أغفل وعن رشده ما أذهل. Woe to the son of Adam! How heedless and negligent of his salvation he is. ويح ابن آدم عسير الجوع سريع الشبع غرض الآفات خليفة الأموات. Woe to the son of Adam, a prisoner of hunger, prone to overeating, a target of calamities, and a successor of the dead. Al-Ubbaha, grandeur. رب ذي أبهت أفقر من كل حقير. It is possible that a person who possesses apparent grandeur is actually the lowliest of the low. Al-Ithar, self-sacrifice. Al-Itharu fadailatun ila hitakaru radila. Self-sacrifice is a virtue. Hoarding wealth is a vice. Al-Itharu ashraful ihsan. Self-sacrifice is the noblest benevolence. Al-Itharu shaymatul abrar. Self-sacrifice is a trait of the virtuous. Al-Itharu ghayatul ihsan. Self-sacrifice is the highest degree of benevolence. Al-Itharu ashraful karam. Self-sacrifice is the noblest beneficence. Al-Itharu ala al-ihsan. Self-sacrifice is the highest form of benevolence. Al-Itharu ala al-makarim. Self-sacrifice is the loftiest of the noblest traits. Al-Itharu afdalu ibadat wa ajlu ahsanu siyada. Self-sacrifice is the greatest worship and the most sublime eminence. Al-Itharu ala maratib al-karam wa afdalu al-shiyam. Self-sacrifice is the highest level of munificence and the most excellent quality. Al-Itharu ahsanu al-ihsani wa ala maratib al-iman. Self-sacrifice is the best form of benevolence and the highest stage of faith. Al-Itharu sajyatul abrar wa shaymatul akhyar. Self-sacrifice is the trait of the virtuous and a quality of the righteous. Afdalu as-sakha al-aithar. The most excellent generosity is self-sacrifice. Ahsanul karam al-aithar. The greatest munificence is self-sacrifice. Bal-ithari yustaraqu al-ahrar. It is through self-sacrifice that the free become enslaved. بِالْإِيثَارِ يُسْتَحَقُ أَسْمُ الْكَرَمِ. It is through self-sacrifice that munificence gets true meaning. بِالْإِيثَارِ عَلَى نَفْسِكَ تَمْلِكُ الرِّقَابِ. By preferring others over yourself, you gain their servitude. خَيْرُ مَكَارِمِ الْإِيثَارِ. The best of noble traits is self-sacrifice. عند الإيثار على النفس تتبين جواهر الكرماء. عند الإيثار على النفس تتبين جواهر الكرماء. It is when they prefer others over themselves that the spirit of noble people becomes evident. غاية المكارم الإيثار. The highest of noble traits is self-sacrifice. كفى بالإيثار مكروما. Self-sacrifice suffices as nobility. من آثر على نفسه بلغ في المروء. من أثر على نفسه بلغ في المروءة. Whoever prefers others to himself has reached the heights of magnanimity. من أثرى على نفسه استحق اسم الفضيلة. Whoever prefers others to himself deserves to be called a person of virtue. من آثرك بالنشبه فقد أختارك على نفسي. One who prefers you to his property and wealth has preferred you over himself. من شيم الأبرار حلو النفوس على الإيثار. من شيم الأبرار حمل النفوس على الإيثار. من شيم الإبرار حمل النفوس على الإيثار. From the qualities of the virtues is impelling themselves to be selfless. من أحسن الإحسان الإيثار. One of the best form of benevolence is self-sacrifice. من أفضل الاختيار التحلي بالإيثار. من أفضل الاختيار التحلي بالإيثار. One of the best benevolence is self-sacrifice. One of the most excellent choices is adorning oneself with selflessness. الأكمل المكارم إلا بالعفاف والإيثار. Nobility cannot be fully achieved but by self-restraint and self-sacrifice. الأجل, the appointed time of death. الأجل محتوم والرزق مقسوم فلا يغمنا عهدكم إبطاؤه فإن الحرص لا يقدم والعفاف لا يؤخر والمؤمن بالتحمل بالتجمل خليق. The appointed time of death is already determined, and sustenance is already apportioned. So let not any of you grieve its reduction, for verily greed does not expedite it, and self-restraint does not delay it, and it behoves a believer to be patient. أصدق الشيء العجل. The truest thing is death. أقرب شيء العجل. The nearest thing is death. صدق العجل يفصح يفضح كذب العمل. The reality of death exposes the lie of false aspiration. في كل لحظة عجل. At every moment there is death. قد غاب عن قلوبكم ذكر العاجل وحضرتكم كواذب العمل. The remembrance of death has disappeared from your hearts and has been replaced by false hopes and aspirations. قد ذهب عن قلوبكم صدق الأجل وغلبكم غرور العمل. Your hearts have forgotten the reality of death, and you have been overcome by deception of false hope. من راقب عجله اغتنم مهله. The one who takes death into consideration values his time. من دني منه أجله لم تعنه حليله. One whose death draws near to him cannot be saved by his efforts. من الآجال انقضاء الساعات. The passing of time draws one towards death. ما عسى أن يكون بقاء من له يوم لا يعدوه وطالب حثيث من عجله يحدوه. How is it possible for one to live forever, when there will come a day which he will not pass, and a seeker who will quickly bring him to his death, urging him forwards? عند حضور العاجل تظهر خيبة الآمال. It is when death comes that the failure of one's aspirations become apparent. It is when the time of death comes that the failure of one's aspirations become apparent. عند هجوم العاجل تفتضح الأماني والآمال. When death strikes, hopes and aspirations are exposed. كل آت قريب. Every future event is near. كم من مسوف بالعمل حتى حجم عليه العجل. How many a person has delayed his work until death came upon him. كفي بالعجل حارسا. The appointed time of death is sufficient as a guard. لكل أجل كتاب. There is a prescribed duration for every term of life. العجل يسرع. Death strikes down. الرحيل والشيك. Departure from this world is imminent. العجل جنة. The appointed time of death is a shield. العجل حصن حصين. The appointed time of death is an impenetrable fortress. العاجل تقطع الآمال. Death cuts hopes short. العجل ينضح العمل. Death exposes hope. العجل حصاد العمل. Death is the reaper of hope. إذا يضرت العاجل وافتضحت الآمال. When death comes, hopes are exposed. إذا بلغتم نهاية الآمال فاذكروا بغتات الآجال. When you reach the end of your hopes, then remember the suddenness of death. عفة الآمال حضور الآجال. The bane of aspirations is the coming of death. عفت الأمل العجل. The bane of hope is death. سوف يأتيك عجلك فأجمل في الطلب. Your death will soon come to you, so be moderate in what ye seek. سابقوا العجل فإن الناس يوشك أن ينقطع بهم العمل فيرهقهم العجل. Anticipate death. For verily, the hopes of people are on the verge of being cut short as death comes upon them. سابقوا العجل وأحسنوا العمل تسعدوا بالمهل. Anticipate death and do good deeds. You will attain felicity through your hastening to good deeds while you have respite. كلما قاربت أجلا فأحسن عملا. Every moment you come closer to death, so improve your deeds. لكل أجل حضور. For every appointed time, there is an arrival. لكل أمر يوم لا يعدو. For every person there is a day that he shall not go beyond. لكل أحد سائق من أجله يهدو. For everyone there is a driver who drives him towards his death. لو ضحرت العجال لافتضحت الأعمال. If the appointed times of death were to become known, the secret hopes of people would be exposed. لو رأيتم العجل ومصيره لأبغضهم العمل وغرورا. If you were to see death in its approach, you would surely hate false aspiration and its deception. لو فكرتم في قرب العجل وحضوره العمر عندكم حلو العيش والسرور. If you were to think about the closeness of death and its imminent arrival, the sweetness of life and its comfort would become bitter to you. من راقب عجله قصر عمله. Whoever is mindful of his eventual death reduces his aspirations. من استقصر بقاءه وعجله قصر رجاؤه وعمله. Whoever regards his stay in this world as short and temporary, his hope and aspirations gets diminished. من جري في عنان عمله عثور بعجله. One who rides with the reins of his aspiration stumbles over his death. ما أقرب العجل من العمل. How close hope is to death. ما أقطع أقرب العجل للعمل. How severing death is for hope. ما أنزل الموت منزله من عد غدا من أجله. He who counts tomorrow from his lifetime has not given death its rightful place. He who counts tomorrow to be from his lifetime has not given death its rightful place. نعم الدواء العجل. What an excellent cure death is. نفس المرء خطاه إلى عجله. Each breath of a person is a step closer to his death. لا جنة أوقي من العجل. No shield is more protective than the appointed time of death. لا شيء أصدق من العجل. Nothing is truer than death. إنكم حصائد العجال وأغراض الحمام. You are the harvests of the appointed terms and the targets of death. رحم الله امرأ علم أن نفسه خطاه إلى أجله فبادر عمله وقصر عمله. May the mercy of Allah be on the person who understands that his every breath brings him a step closer to his death, so he hastens to do good deeds and shortens his hopes. رحم الله امرأ بادر الأجل وأكذب العمل وأخلص العمل. May the mercy of Allah be on the person who anticipates his death, belies his false aspirations, and makes his actions sincere. رب أجل تحت عمل. Sometimes death is hidden beneath an aspiration. مع الساعات نفس مع الساعات تفني الآجال. With the passing of hours, lifetimes perish. إن علي من أجلي جنة حصينة فإذا جاء يومي أن فرجت عني وأسلمتني فحين لا يطيش السحم ولا يبرى الكلم. Verily there is a shield over me, in the form of my appointed time of death, which protects me, so when my day comes it relieves itself of me, and surrenders me to death. At this time the arrow will not miss its target, and the wound will not heal. Okay, inshallah, next time we will be continuing with Al-Akhirah, the hereafter. I would like to end this video with a short reflection on the reading of Ghurar Al-Hikam wa Durar Al-Kalim by Imam Ali alayhi salam. It reads very beautifully. The words are very unique and they're very distinct. Let's go back and pick one from each that I've read. Okay, so the third one of Al-Aba, parents. Man baru walidayhi baru walida. Man baru walidayhi baru walida. And in here, walidayhi is referring to parents, and it is saying man barra, whoever is good to his parents, walidayhi baru walida, meaning the good will be returned to him by his own walida, by his own son. So it is saying, whoever is good to his parents, his own child will be good to him. Yani, as a Muslim, if you're bad to your parents, then don't expect your son or daughter, or daughters or sons, to be respectful to you. Because, on the other hand, if you respect your parents in your life, yani, your own son will respect you in return. اطلب الخير في أخفاف الإبل طاردة وواردة. This is from the camel. اطلب الخير في أخفاف الإبل طاردة وواردة. It's saying here from the perspective of Imam Ali bin Abi Talib alayhi salam, being a traveler in the way of Allah. he's saying to seek goodness in the hooves of the camel when driven away and when coming back. So in today's time, what is your mode of transportation? Your car. Seek goodness in your tires when you leave and when you come back. Everything is smooth. ويح ابن آدم ما أغفله وعن رشده ما أذحله. He is saying, ويح ابن آدم, woe to the son of Adam. ما أغفله, how heedless. وعن رشده ما أذحله, how heedless and negligent of his salvation he is. رشده أذحله. And in this sense, your salvation is a bound and compass. And it all starts with the things that he says in the beginning, like being good to your parents. Not just being good to your parents, putting Allah above your parents. Putting Allah above everything. You say, put Allah first, and then it's your parents. Al-Ubaha. رب ذي أبها أحقر من كل حقير. رب ذي أبها أحقر من كل حقير. A person who is apparently given the title of Rabb, apparently somebody who's been given a lordship, given something that he possesses some grandeur. رب ذو أبها, رب ذو أبها, رب ذي أبها أحقر من كل حقير. أحقر من كل حقير is actually the lowest of the low, and he's saying it is possible. So Ad-Dajjal, for instance, Ad-Dajjal is going to pose as the Christ. He's going to pose as, and he's, as we know, a kafir, as written on his head. And he's going to pose as if he is Isa bin Maryam, al-Masih, alayhi salam. So it's possible that someone who apparently possesses some sort of lordship or grandeur, that they're actually really the lowest type of people. And it's a good warning. It's a good warning to the Dajjal, to any tyrant. In the past, people like Fir'aun, who we know are going to be in the hellfire. People like Abu Lahab, who we know are going to be in the hellfire. So we need to, as Muslimin, aspire not to be like them. We need to take the warning from those people in the past. For instance, in the case of Fir'aun, don't be oppressive. Don't use such vulgar language. Don't think you're God. Don't think you're mighty. Don't think you're greater than civilization. Everybody knows his story. Everybody knows how heedless he was to the remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, how many chances he's been given. And even when the skies are raining the frogs and blood and just all kinds of things like from the sky that God sent down upon the people of Fir'aun, and they were still heedless of the remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Al-Ithar, self-sacrifice. I like this one. Al-Itharu afdalu ibadah wa ajlu ahsanu siyada. Al-Ithar, self-sacrifice. Il-Yatharu afdalu ibadah. Ibadah, the worship, is the greatest worship. He's saying Il-Itharu afdalu, meaning it's the best. Al-Itharu afdalu ibadah. It's the greatest worship. Wa ajjalu ahsanu siyada. And it is of sublime eminence. We usually use the term sublime to refer to something which is beyond what we encompass with our senses and our vision. Something which is greater than that. And this is the most sublime eminence. So, self-sacrifice, and this was quite a long chapter, or a verse. We can call these verses. This was the longer verse that started off this chapter. And also, Al-Ajal, the appointed time of death. Al-Ajal. Alif with Hamza. Al-Ajal. قد غاب عن قلوبكم ذكر الآجال وحضرتكم كواذب الآمال. Beautifully put. The remembrance of the times of death has disappeared from your hearts. قد غاب عن قلوبكم, meaning all of your hearts. Meaning he's not just making a statement to a specific person, a specific group of people. He's saying all of humanity when he says قلوبكم. قد غاب عن قلوبكم ذكر الآجال. Remembrance of death, of the coming of death, of the time, the appointed time of death. وحضرتكم كواذب الآمال. وحضرتكم كواذب الآمال. كواذب آمال. كواذب الآمال, meaning false amal, false hopes and aspirations to do good, or to do something of the level of between us and the hereafter, something that we're attached to by either doing an act of good or an act of evil. And so he's saying the remembrance of these times of death has disappeared from humanity's hearts and has been replaced by what is the trick of the shaitan, which we know is كواذب العمل. وحذرتكم كواذب العمل. And he says, Verily, this is to all of humanity. So, what we can take from this is definitely very valuable. You can say that the son of Adam is a sinner, and because this is the root of his problem, of his problem of sinning, that the remembrance of his time of death is gone from his heart. So he lives every day thinking that, either thinking he can live forever, or thinking he's nothing, having no confidence in himself, thinking he can't make it through the next day, whatever it might be. But that remembrance of death has gone from his heart. And Shaitan came along, and Shaitan put his inspirations and false hopes and deception and inception and whatever words you can use here to mankind's hearts. A very beautifully put statement, in my opinion. And another one from here, which is similar to this last one, because that was a really good one. قَدْ ذَهَبَ عَنْ قُلُوبِكُمْ صِدْقُ الْأَجَلِ وَغَلَبَكُمْ غُرُورُ الْعَمَلِ. قَدْ ذَهَبَ عَنْ قُلُوبِكُمْ قَدْ ذَهَبَ عَنْ قُلُوبِكُمْ. يعني قد ذهب عن قلوبكم صدق الأجل. Your hearts have forgotten the reality of death. قد ذهب عن قلوبكم صدق الأجل. Your hearts have lost the very reality of death. Meaning, your hearts have strayed away from a fact, a very fact that's you have become وَغَلَبَكُمْ غُرُورُ الْعَمَلِ, and you have become overcome by the deception of false hope. Overcome. Your heart's completely lost the direction, and you're becoming overcome by this deception of hope. It's surrounding you. It's wrapping around you. So then he goes on and says, all these virtues of knowing the death into consideration. Man raqaba ajjaluhu igtanam mahlah. The one who takes death into consideration values his time. Man raqaba ajluhu igtanam mahlah. And you can see the way he uses the Arabic language. He doesn't say zaman. He says, Man raqaba ajlahu aghtanam mahla. He uses a different word to describe time. And it can really be into great discussion here. But we move on to the next one next time. We will be talking about the hereafter. Al-Akhirah. We'll just take a quick snippet from that. We'll do the first one. Al-Akhiratu fawzu su'ada. The hereafter is the victory of the felicitous. Al-Akhiratu fawzu su'ada. And the word akhirah, it has the medda on the alif. When you look at it, al-akhirah. And in the Arabic language, we love to stretch that medda. We love to go freely with it. It's a sign. It's a sign in the akhirah, in the word itself, the kalima, Durar Al-Kalim. So this book, Ghurar Al-Hikam wa Durar Al-Kalim, I used to think about it and ponder about its meaning, about what does the book mean. As we know, Al-Qur'an means recital, and we know it should be recited in such a way. This book, it has two books in it. Ghurar Al-Hikam, which means يعني wisdom. Al-Hikam, it's a piece of wisdom. Wa Durar Al-Kalim, and a study of the word. So it's a book of wisdom and a study of the word in Arabic. And this is something that Imam Ali bin Abi Talib alayhi salam, in my mind, always encompasses. He always encompasses this man who is of a highly sophisticated knowledge of Arabic. And so this book from him can definitely teach somebody the sophistication of the Arabic language, not only by its word, by its study of each and every individual word, and also a book of wisdom. And we know Imam Ali is a religious man. He's a man he's an Imam. So what is he offering us from this level and perspective? Like Qur'an, it offers us this holy guidance, holy wisdom, offers us many things. But a book like this, what can it offer us in some sense? And it can offer us blessings and thawab and reward. As we've seen, I didn't just lay it out there, try to do it fast in Arabic. I actually took the time to translate it and then took the end piece to discuss it. This should always be in your mind when you're reading some new topic. You should always ask questions. There will be room for questions. There will be room for development. But most importantly, room to improve upon my Arabic and to gain wisdom, as the book is called. Anyways, that is all for now. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.